Good morning, ẹ káàárọ̀. Hello. Hello.
Kí ló dé, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ìwọ woman yìí, ṣé lọ ní ká dẹ lónìí?
Mi rí question tó náà send ni. Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Question kọ.
Okay o, mi kò ní answer question kankan. Okay o. Ẹ kú breakfast o.
PP, check IGDS ESCO group. The questions are there.
Don't mind that.
Message is not yet available. That's it. The WhatsApp message is yet to be dropped.
It's because you have set your WhatsApp not to be doing.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Jobs, of course. What is jobs? Dear, I think it's time for a job.
Hope that always. Your dedication. Justify your anticipation. To embrace your passion against all odds. In the place where everything wins.
Looking for master plan.
No, why? We still have money.
So good morning, ESCOs and members of Ilukutu Bagadan, the Society of ICAN, and other members of ICAN that must have joined us on this platform. We welcome you to the second edition of the Breakfast with the Chairman, organized by the ICAN Model Districts. In the next 5 minutes, we'll be starting the program. So just bear with us. In the next 5 minutes, we'll kickstart the program. In the meantime, as we join the Zoom platform, let's comply with the rules of the platform by muting as we are joining. Let's keep muted so that we do not disturb the peace of other members on the platform. 5 minutes time, we'll kickstart the program. You are all welcome. Treatment and the case and that was no longer under investigation and that the case has been closed has been forfeited. Next thing is there, and how is this different? So good morning once again, our distinguished ESCOs and members of Ilukpeju Bagada and District Society of ICAN. On behalf of the chairman of the district, I welcome you to the second edition of the Breakfast with the Chairman, a program designed as an avenue for members of the district and other interested members of the institute to seek clarifications on issues that borders on personal development, professional practice, which could be in the area of audit, tax, consultancy, forensic, issues that borders on academic development, career guidance, and other relevant discussions. So we are here today to do justice to some topics on those areas I've highlighted. We welcome you at exactly 9:10. We call the program to order. And quickly, I want to mention and reel out some information for members here so that we can have a good outing today. Our members are being implored to register on the chat box. So if you are here as a member, please endeavor to register your name and membership number on the chat box, and that will be the attendance for this program so that the necessary MPCD credit hours can be credited to you. That's the first one. Secondly, please, we're enjoying that all members will be muted unless if anyone is required to speak. And at that time, of course, you are expected to raise your hand and you'll be called upon to speak. So please, let's keep muted so that we do not have a noise from any corner and we can actually have a good outing today. Once again, on behalf of the chairman and other ESCO members of the district, I want to welcome you to the second edition of the Breakfast with the Chairman. Myself, Tosin Akinwumi, and Mrs. Ogumbi Davis will be anchoring this program. So the next thing on the agenda, let's have the national anthem and ICAN anthem so we can move on. You're welcome once again. The ICAN anthem.
For reproof and correction, for instruction in right. This is what we are trying to say. What is in the Bible regarding righteousness? Because if you know that you're a man of God, you're a woman of God, then it will make you thoroughly good. Because the unrighteous cannot do because there are too many unrighteous who are doing what
Bless God, I can found of treasure in triumph above the race, standing stronger in harmony, building our land together. Dreams of a founding fathers, we are striving to attain our constant values that we share through all ages be sustained. Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. We cherish, we uphold your integrity.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can someone who is led by the Holy Spirit give us a short opening prayer, please? Just unmute and give us a short opening prayer.
Father, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Father, in the mighty name of Jesus. Heavenly Lord, we thank you for yet another opportunity to gather to before you today. We thank you for keeping us. We thank you for ensuring our safety from the last time we met with a breakfast with chairman. Father, we thank you because during that time you've not allowed us even to be sick or even to have bad things happen to us. You've been watching over us, protecting us and guiding us. Father, we do not take it for granted. Father, accept our thanks in Jesus' name. Father, we put today's discussion into your hands. Father, give us the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be able to comprehend and make sense of what is going to happen here and help us to get value for our time. For in Jesus' mighty name we've prayed. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen. Thank you very much, Mr. Adams Abiodun, for that short opening prayer. Once again, we'll welcome our members to the second edition of the Breakfast with the Chairman. And this is an avenue for members to understand all that concerns their career growth, their personal development, their professional development, and all about the membership in ICAN. So it's an avenue for you to ask questions. Before now, we have sent out a Google form to harvest questions from members so that we can have those questions today and our panelists can do justice to those questions. And they actually submitted questions, good ones. And today we'll be having responses from our panelists, ably led by the chairman of the district in person of Professor Godwin Oyedokun, FCA. Our IPC is also here, an able councillor of ICAN, Elder Benga Midiji, and to all together with all other ESCO members, Alaji Bisiri Yukolawole, FCA, PP, Adedoyin, she's also here. Adams Abiodun is also here. Maebu Jensek, Chief Abe is also here, and other ESCO members are also online here to give adequate and prompt responses to all the questions we have submitted. Without much ado, I will yield the floor to my chairman to have his welcome address. My chairman, over to you, sir, for your welcome address.
Thank you, our social chairman and the anchor of this program. I want to believe that your colleague is also here. I would have loved her to say good morning so that I can address all of you together. Madam Davis, are you there? Mr. Tosin, is your co-host there?
Yeah, she came in a while, but we have an agreement.
Okay,
she has
so
another program.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Good morning, dear colleagues and senior in the house. Of course, the anchor, who is Mr. Tosin, has actually laid a very strong protocol. But this same protocol will not permit me not to specially mention those of our colleagues that are here, our elders that are here. And I'll start with my vice chairman in person of Alhaji Bisiriyu. Thank you for being there all the time. Of course, our elder and the pioneer chairman is on call, and he has joined even before some of us joined. And that's a sign of a good leader. Before I proceed, I want to say a very big thank you to him for even having time with all these tasks before him here and there. We are actually not allowing him to enjoy his retirement very well. We are still giving him active work to do all the time. That is just it, and we pray that God will continue to help us uphold him. My IPC, thank you so much. Thank you for everything that we are doing. We appreciate you and will continue to appreciate you. Other ESCO member, I'm seeing Mr. Adams, Mr. Ishola Shegun, Omolola, Adedoyin, then Dr. Fowokon. Thank you so much. As we proceed, I will be acknowledging those of our colleagues that are there. I'm seeing Madam Bose Ogunjobi. Thank you so much. And Your Excellencies, distinguished members of our institute, with most respect to members of our district society. Yes, we said this is a pure interactive session with our executive in the district, but the executive has been magnanimous enough to also allow few of our other members from other district society to also join, though it's purely for a member, because we believe that we are also trying to encourage all chartered accountants to be of good standing in terms of their academic, professional, and their even personal life. It's on this note that the executive of your district society has thought it wise to have this program on board. Thank you so much for being here today. And this program promises not to drag. I'm not sure we want to spend more than 1 hour before this breakfast will turn to lunch with us. I will also charge you that, please, as much as possible, if you can quickly get your cup of tea over there. I would have loved to send my through electronic means, but my internet is not okay. So on that note, please get someone to get you coffee, Lipton, or any other green tea over there. Press your electric kettle and put it in the jug, and let's take the tea together. Please give this all attention it's deserved. Yes, we have received some questions. That notwithstanding, we take some live questions here today. So just keep calm and believe that all aspects of your question, all your concern, to the best of our ability, shall be attended to. And I am very, very, very sure that the cream of leadership of our district are here to also, one way or the other, attend to our concern. Thank you so much. Before I drop, if you are a member of our district, I charge you to check your WhatsApp, our platform, our IGDS platform. There's a post, there's a publication that the executive have pushed out today. Digest it and keep calm about it. I think I discussed this when we were having our meeting. It's worth circulating. Even when you circulate it, disregard whatever comment anybody wants to do. Our own is that our eyes is on the ball, and we will continue to do as we have it. Over to you, Mr. Tosin, FCA.
Thank you so much, Prof, and we really appreciate your address. Thank you so much. So over to you, Mrs. Abiodun Ogumbi Davis.
Okay, thank you very much, my presenter. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my chairman. This is Ogumbi Davis. I'm the co-presenter. And quickly, to save our time, we have some questions already to be attended to by our bosses here this morning. Okay, so let me just open up the question and read, immediately go through the question. Okay, so I have the very first question here by Mr. Kintayo Joy Ayodeji, SCA MB 0541157, and is asking that as an accountant in an organization, what would someone do when his or her boss is hiding some information from accountants? Okay, that's his first question. What would an accountant do when his or her boss is hiding some information from accountants? I think from the accounting.
Okay, I think straight, you cannot do more than what your management permits. Yes, this question was sent, but yours sincerely, I'm just trying to go through it now. So I do not have prepared answer for any of these questions. We attend to all these questions as our spirit leads, and so also my other colleagues on board, we will be attending to it. So it's not as if we have prepared some answer to this, but this will guide us. When you work as an accountant somewhere, you can only work with information that you have. It's only when you are external auditor that you have more rights to probe beyond what they give you, because it will affect your opinion. But as an accountant in-house, you are not supposed to come and become messiah to solve all their problems, but you must be seen professionally that you are not err on the path of caution. You work with information they give you. So if peradventure you come across some other information, because if you don't have this other information, you wouldn't come here to be claiming that there are other information that they are not disclosing. So if you know of any information, one of the tenets in forensic is that push that information to the person that is hiding it, see this countenance, and we always say that if that place is too toxic for you as a professional, honestly, it is better to be at home doing your private practice than to be in an organization that will make somebody hence in jail. I think for now, that would be my response. Let me summarize it. Before you can say they are hiding information, it means you are privy to some information. Bring those information out, go to your direct supervisor. You are aware of this. What can we do on this? And if they say such information is not in existence, so what is not written is not in existence, you move on with your life. But if those information will be toxic to your existence and your integrity, you just need to decide whether you want to soil your name or you want your integrity to continue to move on. But don't jump your supervisor to report to somebody above your supervisor. It can also backfire and you may also have problem with it. Can we move on?
Chairman, sir, can I add something to that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. as the chairman said, I think the questionnaire can actually look at an opportunity when there's a meeting, sometimes to say, I don't know if that organization has a compliance officer or a whistleblowing policy, or as regards some information. You can actually advise the organization that, oh, I think we should have a whistleblowing policy or a compliance officer to oversee that act. Because if you are not assigned for that responsibility, how you got the information, nobody knows. So it's beyond you, like my chairman said. So you can only advise the organization to ensure that they have a whistleblowing policy set up. Thank you.
My chairman, sir.
Go ahead.
Good morning. Actually, I wanted to ask the same thing. How did the person know that there is an information? Definitely he has information with him or her. So the next thing the person is supposed to do, in order to not to create a problem, communicate via email, communicate via any channel that they are using in that organization, so that the person will be clean in case further issue comes up. Thank you.
If I may
Okay,
have one
please,
more.
next question. Okay, go ahead.
Also take note that not all
Please,
information.
people that are talking, can you just continue to introduce yourself so that our member will know that we are not ghosts? Thank you
My
for
name is
your...
Abiodun Adams, FCA. Also know that as an accountant, it's not all information that you should be privy to. There are some information that is only senior management that will have rights to those information. It's only the CFO that probably will have right to those information. That's why even in our accounting packages, you see that there are different rights depending on your level in the hierarchy in the department. So ultimately, it is actually the CFO that should have total access to all information. For instance, salary. Sometimes it's even only the CFO and maybe the person that posts salary that will even have right to the salary. Not everybody in the account department will have rights to the salary. So it depends on the organization. But note that it is only the head of department, the CFO, that ultimately will have rights to the whole information of the business. Thank you.
Okay, next question, please.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sure we've learned a lot from that. So the next question is from Mr. Okiria Peter Odion, MB 052358 SCA. Is asking what is the difference between management accountant and financial accounts? Between management account and financial account, and when are they to be prepared within the year?
Ask the second question from him also.
Okay, he said we should also shed light on tax account and financial account.
The third one.
Just add the third one. He said, who are the reporting authorities to the above types of accounts mentioned? That's the financial account and the management account.
Okay, good. Thank you, Madam Davis, for this. Of course, no question is too small or big or too technical for us to attend to. You asked the question because you actually wanted to know. Directly, even from textbook, the distinction between management accounts and financial accounting is very, very obvious. All of them still have what we call accounts. It's just financial statement of the organization. Now, when it is management account, it means financial statements prepared and mostly unaudited for management decision-making efforts. Okay? It is such an account of financial position of the organization that is not privy to outside stakeholder. Management will see it raw and take decision as to what happened. Now, such accounts are prepared periodically. It could be weekly, monthly, half-yearly, quarterly, and yearly. But the good thing about it is that it may or may not be subjected to auditor's opinion, because as at that time, we are still looking at the way our financial reporting activities has been able to produce our company's finances up to that time. And at the end of the day, if it is the yearly one, that is the same account that management will transmit to the auditor when auditor is being invited to come and perform statutory obligation on same. Why financial account is also the same account draw from management account, but this time around, all shenanigans, standards, all noted financial reporting requirement has been taken care of. And this time around, this financial statement, which we call financial account, has taken care of all stakeholders. If you go back to your elementary accounting, we have users of financial statement, which can generally be categorized into two: internal stakeholder, internal user, or external users. So this time around, financial accounting has taken care of all the users of financial statement, and mostly it must have been audited before it can be presented to the outside world. It is highly regulated. You follow the due process and all the, so it's beyond ordinary use for management. It's for management and outside world. Then when we talk about tax accounts, okay, I will change it to tax accounting and financial accounting. So when we talk about tax accounting, that is the financial statement that has been previously prepared for external user, but you have taken care of the requirements of tax authority in terms of what is permitted and what is not permissible in preparation and submission of financial statement for the purpose of tax. So tax accounting shows the taxpayers' affairs in terms of taxes. And don't let us speak big English. When you have prepared your financial statement, there's something we call adjusted account, if I can still remember those elementary something. Before you can say this is a tax you want to pay, tax authority want to see that adjusted financial statement in terms of how did you arrive at previously your profit after tax. And those profit after tax is your own doing, okay? This time around, your reported profit will be written down. All those allowable expenses according to section 21 of CETA 2004 LFN as amended, you will now check at their expenditure profile that you have included in your normal accounting. These expenditure profiles are not illegal in nature. They are part of what financial accounting standards say we should do. However, for the purpose of taxation, such expenditure are not allowed. Even in the moral sense of it, there are some expenditure that are not satisfying the test of time when it comes to rent, only exclusively, reasonably incurred for the purpose of your business. Such expenditure will be removed from your expenditure profile that made you to arrive at that, your profits, okay? And there are some income that you have not recognized in the process of your financial accounting. Such income will be recognized. And there are some income that you have recognized based on financial accounting strengths, but for the purpose of taxation, relevant tax law has excluded you or excluded those income from being used for the purpose of arriving at your final profit. Okay, I'm using final profits so to be on the safe side. Okay, so when you adjust your financial affairs to accommodate 4 things, income that you are supposed to bring in that you did not, income that you are supposed to exclude that you did not, expenditure that you are supposed to bring in and you omitted, expenditure that you have recognized but they are not allowed for the purpose of taxation. The new account that you are preparing, which of course does not negate the financial statement that you have prepared before, is referred to as I'm sorry about that. What you have prepared before is now referred to as financial account. Now, who are the reporting authority to the above type of account? Financial statements, the report is to the users of financial statement. But I want to be careful about using general terms by saying users. Basically, financial accounting is to the owners of the business. However, like I said, users of financial statements are interested, but the reporting authority are actually users of financial statement, which is the most important one is owners of the business. They are the one that need it, and that's the report. So AGM represents the reporting mode or channel where you do that. Where tax accounts or tax accounting, the reporting organization is your relevant tax authority who will examine your financial life and tax affairs in order to determine what percentage of cover will be required from your profit based on enabling tax law as tax that you will pay. That's basically that. I can take just only one comment from any of my executive. Please mention your name. Whoever talks first is okay. This is purely classroom, so I need just only one backup.
Okay, can I come in, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Bisiri Kolaole, the vice chairman. Actually, the chairman has talked extensively on that question, and I just want to add something to it. Because most of us professionals, we actually miss something out when it comes to tax accounts and financial accounts. Basically, if you are preparing a financial account, there are some expenses that will be incurred, like the chairman said, that will not be necessarily allowed for tax. And most times we miss that, oh, this thing qualifies for an expense to be allowed. Why are you disallowing it? We should note that accounting is basically based on assumption and some principles that was used to prepare them. Tax has some 3 other areas governing it, which has to do with the law, with the accounting and economics, or something I can call fiscal policy. Now, we should always ensure that we are very versatile in those areas as well. What does the tax law say about these expenses? What does the accounting say about it? As an account, in accounting, it may be a good expense to be below the line or above the line, but for tax-wise, we need to know that this expenses is actually not allowed based on Section 7 of the law. So that's what I want to add. You have actually talked more on it. Thank you.
Okay, so next question, madam.
Okay, thank you very much, my able chairman and vice chairman, for your detailed response to that question. For those who are just joining, please let's endeavor to register details on the chart so that we can claim the necessary credit hours. The next question is from Mrs. Adeyemo Christiana Oluwadamilola, ACA. And our question is, what continuous improvement plan is on ground for new members? What continuous improvement plan is on ground for new members?
Dr. Titi Fookon, are you on call? Dr. Titi Fookon. Okay, while we are waiting for her, I'm not sure he's there. Mr. Adams, can you answer that question?
Thank you very much, Chairman. IGDS is a very special district that encompasses both the young and the old. And one of the vital ingredients that benefit young members is that they get access to mentorship from the old ones. The district is working on a plan to pair young accountants with older accountants, where they will be able to mentor them directly. Already that is already in place informally, where we have a lot of us mentoring young ones as they are coming in the area of their career, in the area of their day-to-day. Also, you'll agree with me that Breakfast with Chairman that we're having right now is a unique program that is only being done, that is vetted by IGDS, where even young members like us can talk to our elder ones and we can get to hear various, hear our mind, ask questions that are bothering us in our career and in any sphere of things we go through in life, as there are no limitations to the questions we can ask Chairman. So various initiatives like these are things that we get to have access to in the district. Also, the district has in place a lot of sponsorship programs in the area of conference, be it the annual conference that we just went to, Western Conference, and any other programs where young ones are sponsored and helped to be able to meet those programs that they ordinarily would not have been able to attend because they are young and they're just coming up. So these are just very one of the few areas where young accountants have opportunity to grow and be meaningful as they join the district. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, the chairman of the membership committee. Of course, we can infer from his submission. We have a lot. Just keep on watching out on all our meetings and on the platform. You also agree with him that even the meeting that we have been having, it has always been technical. Even the time allotted to the meeting is smaller in comparison with the technical session we do have. And that speaks a lot. We are ready. Again, you need to just make use of us effectively. Don't forget that elders in the forum, elders in IGDS, they also have so many things they are attending to. But you are part of what they should attend to. If you don't bring yourself forward to them and say, oh boy, you need this, they may not actually drag their own attention to it. And it's scriptural that when you lack something, you go for it. Please, let's utilize that opportunity. For those that are in practice, of course, the chairman of members in practice already have things to dish out. And when they are calling for this training, we will not restrict other members from joining. Okay, let's move on so that we can cover all the questions, then allow our panel chairman to motivate and charge us on things that are happening. Next one, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. The next question is Anonymous, who also gave us our membership number anyway. The question goes thus: I'm currently a compliance officer. How is accounting related to compliance field? I'm currently a compliance officer. How is accounting related to compliance field? And the similar question that goes along with it reads: is it advisable to continue with the compliance career, or should I find a way back into the accounting and finance profession? That's the question, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. I hope my panel chairman is also helping us to take some notes. We'll give him a lot of minutes to address some points that he has noted, maybe the one that we missed or the one that need further clarification. Okay, but after all the question, I will invite him and I'll use that one to zip my invisible T. Now, you are currently a compliance officer. There can be two reasons why you are in that field. Is either by accident or by choice. And with the look of things, I can guess is by accident. You actually may not have wanted to go into that field, but all of us, one way or the other in our lives, including the president of ICAN, past president, everybody, our first job actually tells us what we want to do going forward. Okay, if you are a compliance officer, what does it really mean? I belong to a compliance institute, and I can tell you much about it. That the role of compliance is to, I will speak it in Ibadan English, is to ensure the organization comply with in-law and out-law. Okay, the meaning of this two Ibadan English is that you ensure organization follow its own internal policy strictly. Okay, you also ensure that organization is not indifferent to the regulatory requirements. Pick a particular field of study or a sector. Let's say you are in bank. Okay, banks have internal policies, control system in place. Compliance officer will ensure that each and rank and file behave, work, talk, sit, do whatever they want to do in line with that policy. So when you check what they are doing to what policy says and you report it, of course,
Good morning,
Dr.
Mr.
Alebiosu.
Chairman. Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and the entire House. Thank you very much. Well, the question on the compliance officer, just like the chairman had rightly said, you need to love your job at the moment. If you feel that it's not something, because compliance also is part of accounting, okay? So, but if you feel that you're not deriving the satisfaction that you really desire on that job at the moment, maybe you see yourself in the area of preparing accounts or maybe auditing accounts, or maybe carrying out tax services on accounts, okay? If that is your desire, then you need to look outwards and then maybe send your applications out. You know, a whole lot of all these big fours, they have a whole lot of young people that have jackpot in recent times, and they are willing to take younger people, okay? So just look out, send as much as CV out there. I believe that some way you would get your desired change. So that is my word for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Okay, thank you very much, my chairman and Dr. Antonia, for your response. The next question is from Ms. Iwagu Chidinma, ACA. And this one is even a question, it's an advice. She's asking that she needs a counsel in her career path, which is finance management. She needs counsel in her career path, which is finance management. And the second one from her, so I need guidance on how to handle or deal with toxic or difficult people in the workplace. Guidance on how to handle or deal with toxic people in the workplace.
Okay, thank you so much. We will not spend more time on this. Chidima, I will hand you over to Madam Sandra. So call the anchor that you need GSM number of Madam Sandra, or any of our colleagues that have the number could post on the file. So she will take care of you on that. We will give other people mentors as they come. On the issue of toxic people, I let you know that I don't think there's any one of us at this level we have that we have not on our way met toxic people. And the fact that somebody is toxic to your life now does not mean that they are also not your friends. So it's just that at a particular point in time, your life must just pass through some things, which may not necessarily to kill you, but that's how things are designed. And I review it and say, why would there be toxic people on our way? If God knows that we are his children, why will he create toxic people? But don't also forget that the first two children we have after Adam and Eve, one killed the other. So it means it's been there. Why would God allow one country to kill the other, even in the days of Bibles and Quran? Okay, so there will continue to be, as I am, even in my executive, I am a toxic boss to some people. It is normal. Why we take some people as toxic is because maybe their way of doing things are not in your way. And the Bible that I've read also says that the way of people are not my way. So when you are doing something good, it may not be good inside carnally. That's, we just have ourselves in this manner. At a time, my IPC, whenever he send a chat to me, I'll first of all say, God, this man has come again. But if I did not get maturity to read from his own side, I may take him as a toxic person. So we need to check ourselves. Now, how do you undo Oyedokun Godwin that is too difficult? You just understand your fellow people, those ones that are malicious in nature. If it is that you have not done your job well, is on you, she's on you, that doesn't make her or him, that man a toxic man. So what is it that he doesn't want? This also may not be restricted to workplace, even your spouse. Okay, can you just understudy that person? Is there any meeting point? Is there anything you can do in order to also give yourself peace of mind? Some of you, when you wake up in the morning, you are not happy going to the office because of certain persons in the office. Ensure that you accept them as a pillar in house, that when you are moving along that pillar, you cannot remove the pillar on your way. You would rather check yourself and maneuver and go. So those people are there to also reset your brain to some level of life. Okay, I will also advise you And this advice I have used over time. Anybody that wage war against you in your office, anybody that is creating problem for you in your office, do not take that person as enemy. There will always be one thing or the other on the person's table. If you have created the person as enemy, you will also not be able to assess other good thing that comes with that kind of person. In Yoruba language, they said the person that is bad knows, or he only looks for people that will tell him that is bad. So if you make a mistake of creating toxicness in other people, then you will live with it for a longer time. After this, your office, you people will still become friends because it's not permanent. Okay? More so, you need to pray. But I've talked about what you should do before prayer, because yes, prayer is everything. But if things are going on well and you know what you are doing, your prayer is just to thank God alone without making unnecessary requests from God. So toxic people will never cease to be available. Those are the people that will shape your life to the arena in which you want to get to. In order not to monopolize this discussion, I will give Shegun Shola, are you there? Please unmute yourself if you have that capacity. Is that Shegun Shola?
Good morning, sir.
Okay, can you just bail me out before I bite my tongue?
Okay, thank you, my chairman. My name is Shegun Shola, chairman, events and conferences. Well, without much, repeating what has been said. For me, I don't. The workplace is meant for work. So any other expectation, I think we should limit and reduce our expectation of people. We have people that are really very good at describing other people's job description. They have these high expectations of people. And in that place, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. If you believe that, oh, this is how a certain people must behave in a certain there's a certain condition. So for me, what works for me is I see the workspace as a place where work has to be done, not a place where emotions, yes, those things there can be spaces for that. That is an addition, it's a bonus for me. I don't expect you to greet me good morning, or I want us to do the job. That's the common factor that brought us together. So any other thing is a bonus for me. And for you to now believe, it's a mindset thing, thinking that, oh, some people are toxic. I think you need to look at the person in the mirror and look at yourself. What are your expectations of this person for you to come to that conclusions? So most of the times they are really unfair assessment of people, except there are people that are very difficult, yes, but then if we have that mindset that, oh, I'm doing my job, do it excellently the way you are supposed to do it, and any other thing is an addition. Once the job is done, for me, I think every other thing is secondary. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next question, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, the chairman and Mr. Shegun Shola, for your responses. Mr. Aranwa Chukuma, a senior member of our district, is asking this question. How would you describe the impact of FRS tax promise on tax practitioners and the economy at large? He wants to know how we can describe the tax promise platform, the effect on the tax practitioners and the economy at large. Secondly, from him, he's asking, how do we manage a successful consultancy business, even in a distressed economy? How to manage a successful business, a successful consultancy business in a distressed economy. And lastly, is a team building in a competitive environment, is it a myth or is it real? Those are his questions, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. I would have loved Titi for Okon to help us with this task promise, because if I had Salaji and Samuel Abe to talk about it, they would definitely want to cite their employer. For if Titi for Okon is not on call.
I'm online.
Oh yeah, now oh yeah, take it over, ma.
Okay, I think I would the tax pro max. I would say that it's a means of the tax authorities making you file your returns at your doors, at your room, in your room, without having to go anywhere. But it has its own challenges because it's still something that is being developed, is that it makes it difficult for you to fail to comply because penalty kicks in as you miss your deadlines. So it's technology in tax technology format for complying, and it's also having some itches that we who are using it have complained. For instance, you were expected to remit in dollars, there's no platform for dollar payments. You still have to go through all the rudiments. VAT, input VAT is still an area which is being looked into. There are quite a lot of observations which is currently being made available to the tax authorities for them to work on it and address those concerns of the taxpayers. And the withholding tax credit claim is also an area that a lot of us feel we are losing our credits, the way it's been configured, even when we file returns and we have credit on things like dividend and the likes. So there are quite a number of things that needs to be done on Promax, but I think is a step in the right direction, but it just needs to be well crafted to meet the requirements of taxpayers. That's the much I would say. It makes FRS easier for them to track when you are paying, when you're not paying. It makes their life easier to track your level of compliance. But you can actually need to develop yourself to understand how it operates. Yeah.
Thank you, ma. Can you answer the second question?
Sorry, what's
how will you manage a successful consultancy business in the distressed economy?
Okay, let me start from saying that when you talk of consultancy business, you yourself must know your onions. You must have you must be, let me put it that way. There are quite a lot of opportunities, even in the distress. There are opportunities in the distress that you can explore. And then don't stretch your hand too high to where you cannot meet. I always tell people that you should start small and grow big. Look for those low-hanging fruits in consultancy that you can easily do. For instance, not everybody understands Promax. Oh, you're going to file returns for your consultant. Don't give them a high bid that'll make them run away. You look at their size, and then be sure that when your consultant, your company, your client is asking for a problem, is coming to you with a problem, don't give them a Mercedes Benz when you can actually start from them, from the one they understand, like the small cars that they can actually navigate and understand how to use, than going to the bigger ones. By the time they are able to use that one well, you can now tell them, oh, you can go a bit further to do this within the available resources, and you will start gradually. So I think it's something that can survive. Look at the opportunities, harness the opportunity, and don't stretch your hand too high. Start from the small ones, take the low-hanging fruits, and then develop that for greater jobs. Then referral. I know you, you know me. Referral can also help. Let's have good network, good friends that can refer us. Thank you.
Okay, so take the third one, which is what do you see to team building in a competitive environment? What's your perspective of team building in competitive environments?
I think team building is a strong point for anyone to survive in a competitive environment, because you don't know it all, and because the competition is high. If you think you know everything, you might not just be able to compete favorably. So you need the team, you need the right mix. If you're good in accounting, you need somebody that is also good in tax, especially when you talk about business, you talk about consulting, so that they can complement each other's efforts. And when you're talking about within your organization, you cannot stand alone. For instance, I'm a tax person. My tax affects accounting, affects procurement, affects treasury. So I must have good relationship with all these people so that I can be able to survive within that environment and my work can stand out. So you need that team leader as a strong pillar to survive in competition. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That will be all for that question. So we can continue with another set of questions.
Okay, so thank you so much, Dr. Titi and the chairman, for doing justice to those questions put forward by Mr. Aranwa Chukuma. The next question, this is more of social, but it's also, of course, is another angle to it, which we need to also give response. From Mr. Alabi Olawale, asking to know what is the status of IGDS Cooperative Society? What is the status of IGDS Cooperative Society? Then secondly, is there any plan for IGDS end of the year party, like it happens in some other district society? Chairman, sir.
Are you sure that is the next question?
There's this one, so there are some that are too theoretical. So I want us to have a blend.
And you are going to now skip all them. Let's attend to all the questions, though, please.
No,
before they will say please, the next question should have been Olale Razak now.
Okay, Chairman.
Am I not
from Mr. No, I just want to put a blend. I want to have a blend with it. I will still come back to this question, Chairman.
Okay,
I want us to have a blend.
You get as my brain is working. So okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Your question
are too theoretical.
But we need to help them. That is theoretical. If you look at the membership number of those asking, you will know that they need those things. Such questions are not coming from 20,000 series. So they are coming from 50,000. So which are the young accountants that we need to quickly mentor? Okay, so don't let us do otherwise. I understand you, but if you want to help now, what is your question again?
Okay, Chairman, like I said, I just want to come back, but let's take it the way you have mentioned. Olale Razak, my thought is to come back to it again. The question is, should pre and post license expenses incurred to start a medicine school be capitalized? I take it again. Mr. Olale Razak, ACA, is asking to know if pre and post license expenses incurred to start a medicine school be capitalized. That's his question.
Okay, so Mr. Ishmael, are you on call? Is it there? Mr. Ismail, please let me pronounce his name very well.
My chairman, is my own Ismail?
Yeah, now, be careful. Okay, you heard that question very well, right?
I didn't hear clearly, sir.
I hope you are not running away from it because you have to answer it.
I'm not running away, sir.
Okore, I will call you. I'll call you Okore. Oh yeah, Ismail, they are asking you the pre and post incorporation license, should it be capitalized or not?
No, it shouldn't be capitalized.
Okay, I will not ask you why, but let me listen to Okore. Okore, you can talk now. Okore. Jane, you are raising your hand. Is it that you want to help us? Is it that you want to help us, Okore? Otherwise, I'll just move on. Okay, Alaji, you are one of the task people. There's implication for anything you capitalize. What do you think? PP, are they doing? Oh yeah, talk to us.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. And good morning, my chairman and fellow IGDS. Well, to me,
thank you,
the recapitalization, Amade doing Udutola FCA. To me, it depends on the amount. Because if you want to recapitalize, you can recapitalize, you might not recapitalize, depending on the amount involved. That's my own suggestion.
So what informed this? What informed this your side of the story?
If the amount is too high, where the expenses cannot carry it, the thing has to go to recapitalization.
Okay, so if I buy a motor vehicle for 100,000 naira, do I need to capitalize or expenses?
It depends. That's what I'm saying. The expenses takes it? If not, you just have to do that.
Madam Adedoyin, you know, this is a forum for chartered accountants, and it is acceptable for us to have diverse opinion, and then we'll resolve here. the question I'm asking is that if I buy a motor vehicle, I did not say parts or spare part or tire, and if it is 100,000, do I need to capitalize or not?
Well, I've just said to my that's my own suggestion, Prof.
Okay, thank you. Madam Bosse Ogunjobi, are you there? I like this question, and that's why I don't want it to just sleep, and we should not trivialize this question. It's as small as it is. Prince Ade, this look like my boss. Oh, yeah, talk to us, sir.
Good morning, sir. Prof.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. Well, the pre-incorporation expenses, the money still belongs to the investors, and it could be capitalized, because most often time we say they should amortize it, but along the line, the investor may say, okay, this money belongs to us and we want to capitalize. I've handled an institution that after the first meeting examination we did, they did not include the pre-operational expenses. And it was later that they now brought it that they want to capitalize this one. But along the line, we couldn't, they need additional capital. But my boss has to tell us that this money belongs to them. And what we need is evidence of those expenses incurred before the commencement of the business. So later we allowed them to capitalize the money due to the fact that the money was huge, and we expected them to amortize it for 5 years, but they did not amortize because they had the intention of capitalizing the money, and we allowed them to capitalize. So the operational expenses, as for me, it could be capitalized.
Okay, thank you so much. Somebody raised the hand and suddenly the person run away. That person should come back. I will trace you. You have to come back. Oh. You cannot abandon us at this time. Yes.
I think the person should check his mic. The mic is not active. Jane should kindly check your mic. Your mic is not active.
Okay. Okay.
That's why she couldn't talk.
Now I will rule on this now, not because I'm the most intelligent, but do we have any member? This is a technical question. Do we have any member here that want to say only one person? Then I will rule on it. Emeka, Victor, you were saying something. Okay, no, you will be attended to. Now, is there any member here that want to say something about this before we rule on it? Raise your hand, unmute yourself, and let's quickly hear you out. We have about 75 people here today. This is our forum, and it's for ICAN members. So I want to be, okay. Samuel.
Yeah, thank you, my chairman. My name is Samuel Abe, the General Secretary of the district. Yeah, as rightly said by Prince Ade, you can capitalize, but when you are doing your tax computation, you can't remove it. It is not allowed. So, and briefly, before I end my statement, the chairman did not allow the tax authority representative to talk about that tax promise. So I would like to just chip in one line.
Chip in. You have forced yourself to talk.
Yes, the tax promise has give a seamless registration, filing, and payment system for taxpayers and the consultant. And it's allow the automatic credit of withholding credit note to the taxpayers. So, and another benefit to the tax authority, to the economy, is that as a third quarter of this year, Federal Inland Revenue Service has met its yearly target of 7.6 trillion. So you can see the impact of the tax promise. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, Your Excellency, distinguished members of my district, okay, please arm yourself with law, enabling hearts. I am not good at cramming, and I'm also not good at citing things, but go and check the provision of CAMA with registration of companies. When you register a company, all the expenses that you have before you incorporate that company. The new board, when you start your business, can review those expenses and adopt it as though it were incurred in the first day of your business. That is legal framework. Now, let's come to accounting. Assuming you have adopted those expenses as being incurred in the first day of you starting the business, it means it's liable expenses, irrespective of the mind of federal revenue, which we can argue it out. Now, capitalization or otherwise of any expenses will be in line with the nature of that expenditure. Any expenditure that is capital in nature, no matter what it is capital expenditure. Nothing will change it. And even don't forget that there's some expenditure that may not look like capital in nature, but that can prolong the life of assets, such as being argued, and there are a lot of standard plethora of cases that says such must be added to the capitalization of such assets. Now, license. What is the nature of license? Is it something that without it, the company cannot run? I want to say yes. It's not just transport expenses. So, like PP Adedoyin said, if that amount is huge, then your board must take it as such. But don't forget that Federal Land Revenue will tell you that for any asset to qualify as asset, we refer to them as qualified capital expenditure. And TT for Worker will also let you an asset. So you need to battle with all this in order to take your decision. This question looks like a simple one, but it's a very professional in nature. And I want to thank the questionnaire for that. So your decision as to capitalizing it, you pick from all the contributors, then you access it. Any license may not be pre-incorporation expenses, because before you even sought for license, you may have incorporated your company. So it may be current expenditure that you have when the company is already in the system, but you only need license. So if the company has been incorporated, that is an expenses. If the license is 20,000 naira, why do you want to capitalize like PP Adedoyin said? So, and if such expenditure cannot qualify as QEC, then you cannot also go into it. I think I can rest it here. Can we go to the next one?
Okay, Chair. Thank you so much. Next question from Mrs. Adeola Temitope, ACA. What's the process for IT audit in a financial institution? What is the process for IT audit in a financial institution? That's the question.
Okay, this question is a whole lot of training on the IT audit, which is not something we can discuss on this something. But let me tell you one secret. Any assurance engagement services, they have the same process, only that you deploy technology more in IT audit than in conventional audit. I'm not saying you cannot deploy IT, but the certification of instrument, tools, devices you will use in banking is bigger, huge, and it involves a lot of cost than in the conventional audit. So this time around, everything they are doing is on IT. If you don't have that competency, you may not be able to also do it. So I think we will tell our people to look into this, and that's a committee of Dr. Faokon, so that we can stage this. Next question.
Okay, thank you, my chairman. So the next question from Mr. Labi Olawale, ACA. What is the status of IGDS Cooperative Society? That is first question. And the second question is there any plan for IGDS end of the year party like it happens in some other district societies of ICAN?
Okay, so I will be the only one to answer this question. Okay, IGDS is not going to have cooperative society, but we will have a society of IGDS, and it will come with mutual fund where we are establishing a model of cooperative society, but not cooperative society. Okay, the vice chairman is in charge of this. I will not allow him to talk now. So the only thing I want to read from him is that within 72 hours, he is hereby directed to send to the House, after getting approval from the ESCO, the model that you are requesting for. So you see everything in it. Now, when you talk about end of the year party, IGDS is not like any other district society. In our IGDS, we do every other month party, not only end of the year party. Every other month party. Okay, so every other month is a party for us. However, before now, we have adopted January as a date, as a period where we celebrate our official birth as a district society. I will discuss with the funding pillars. I have our council members, the two of them, and our patron, to get the direction on how we will do this of January. So if we do end of the year party and I call you again for first or second week of January that we want to celebrate, it will look too burdensome. It's not about money now, it's about our time. All of us are extremely busy, including yours sincerely. So executive has approved that we should have party. So we want to now choose between having it in December, that everybody is busy and looking towards to travel, or in the new year when you are refreshed and we call ourselves and then we celebrate our birth in terms of this is society. And your guess is as good as mine. I know you favor January. Don't forget, we also discussed that we want to have retreat. We are trying not to waste your money by having multiple programs that can serve the same purpose. Wouldn't we rather put our retreat together with end of the year party and our birth ceremony as a single module, and everybody is enjoying, we enjoy it. So that is that, and I will not allow anybody to comment on that. Next one.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The next question from Mr. Olaoye Samuel, FCA. He wants to know the steps to getting practicing license from ICAN. Before Chairman responds, we have shared this on the platform regarding the required steps to get practicing license from ICAN. And after this session again, we will share those steps again on how a member can get practicing license from the institute. My chairman, your further comment.
So on that note, there's no comment on that again. The candidates should go to the platform and download all those 3 documents. That suffices. Next question.
Okay, thank you, sir. The last question here from the schedule we have from Ms. Shobawale Oluwadamilare, ACA. So I want to know if a young accountant who does not have up to 3 years audit experience can register a bookkeeping firm by just registering with CSC and does not need to obtain practice license from ICAN, because someone told me that as long as I fulfill my obligation as a accountant, I'm good to go. Kindly shed more light on this, sir.
Okay, the candidate is very correct with his insinuation and request. You really do not need practice license before you can do some accountancy practices. The only thing you cannot do is public practice. You cannot audit, you cannot give opinion. That's what you cannot do. Some of us, early in our life, we have our company, but you don't need to call it bookkeeping firm. So with your name, professional services, Shobawale Oludi, professional services, and your object clause will now be to assist in internal control system, to assist in preparation of a financial statement, to do consulting on. The only thing the CAC will look for you from you is your relevant certificate, maybe from CIBN, CIS, ICAN, that support those professional services you want to render. Even when you register your with CAC, whatever you call it that you are doing, if you do not have ICAN license, you cannot audit. So please go ahead and register your own firm, and in that manner, you are fine. Even OG professional services you hear today was registered, maybe immediately some of us qualify a chartered accountant, and it's been there. And we do other things. It was when we fulfill the righteousness of attachment that some of us requested for practice license. Okay. And when you want to now register for practice license, it has to be your name, the way I can specify it, and co, to show that it's for public practice. And at that time, if you want to use like OG professional services that I'm using is not audit firm. My audit firm is Oyedo Kugodu Emmanuel and co. That one must show you who you are. But if you are having partners, more than one or two, you may not want to use the name of one person. Then you can now go back to that kind of OG professional services. So partners will now be under it. That's when ICAN will register that for you. So, but you are free to go and do your consulting. You are only consulting on accounting, audit, and the like to just help you people. And there is a question that was deliberately missed by the anchor. What are we to expect during this session? Everything we have said today are the things you are to expect during this session. That will be all for question that has been asked. Anchor, can you just allow the person that chatted for a question to quickly, let's attend to that, okay. Then we bring in the pioneer chairman immediately. There is no time again.
Okay, thank you, sir. So Emeka Victor sent a question through chat, and his question goes thus: is it right for Lagos Internal Revenue Service to serve a notice of audit exercise? Excuse me. Is it right for Lagos Internal Revenue Service to serve a notice of audit exercise for 2021 accounting year when they already conducted audit exercise of 2018 to 2020 in September 2022, which they have not concluded nor given reports on? That's his question, sir.
Okay, so in order not to drag it, I don't know. Each tax law empowers tax authority to do all these things. If I don't have problem with my finances or my financial affairs, I would not have any reason why they should not come. Yes, it's inconvenient, but you have the right, if you have a good consultant, to write them that because of so, you are requesting for extension of time. You cannot stop them from doing that. If you pick my book on, I think on international tax, myself and Titi for Okon, is that the book? Yes, we have extracted all powers of tax authorities as to conduct investigation. Each of the tax law, we extracted all these things. They have the power to check your book anytime. And you must not hinder them from doing so, otherwise become criminal. So please, they have the right, but you are to be matured by subtly asking them for extension. Is Titi for Okosi on the call? Madam Titi, are you still there?
Hello, I'm on the call.
Yes. Can you say something and then let your speaker speak well?
Okay. For tax audit is not because they've done one audit, they can't do another one. Because the year they are auditing is different. You've done 2018 to 2020, even if you finish it in 2021. As long as they are asking for 2021 audit in 2022, and they expect that by then you would have done your account. Normally, you have timeline when you are supposed to file your tax returns. For individuals, you are supposed to have filed your returns with the tax authorities for 2021 by January 2022. So they can come for audit anytime from that period. So you just have to, that's the law. You cannot say they can't come for audit. As long as it's not within the same year, they want to come and do the audit of that same year. But they can do, if it is federal, now it's a different, they can come and say they want to do verification or examination. But for states, they usually give you that year to go, and then they come and review the financials of that year, your payroll and tax payments to the state in the subsequent year, anytime from the first quarter. That's how it is. The law does not say they can't do that.
Thank you, ma. Thank you. Please, can we invite our chairman now? Introduce him and invite him so that we can round up this breakfast before it become lunch.
Okay, thank you very much, Chairman and Dr. Chiti. So on this, ladies and gentlemen, we have been able to give responses to all questions for this edition. We'll need to have our IPC immediate past chairman, who also doubles as a present ICAN council member, and also a patron of Ilukwiju Bagada and District Society. I'm talking of no other person other than Elder Benga Omidiji, FCA, who will be coming on board now to share his thoughts on few of those questions people have asked, and to also talk generally on the focus of this breakfast session. Over to you, sir, my IPC and able counselor.
Yeah, good morning, Chairman and distinguished ESCOs and members of the model district. I want to apologize first that I am speaking from, I don't know if this, please confirm I'm being heard clearly. Hello? Hello?
Not at all,
Hello?
sir. You are not clear, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better now, sir.
Yes.
Okay, like I said, I'm somewhere in a remote part, and the network is not that good where I am. So I'm just praying that it will allow me to speak before it goes off again. Can you confirm you are hearing me now?
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me mute the second one because I'm using two. Okay, I want to congratulate once again the chairman and the entire members of IGDS for. Am I having on back?
No,
you're
Can
fine
you hear
now,
me?
sir. You're fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Of note, I would just like to say that there are two issues that have been raised here that I want to bring to the notice of the ESCO so that they can be thoroughly treated. First is the issue of the pre and post incorporation capitalization, and secondly is the issue of IT audit, and thirdly, like the chairman has ruled, is the issue of IGDS investment platform. So I want a position paper on the first one. That question, I'm not too sure is been fully treated. I want a position paper that will be issued on that question of the pre and post incorporation so that our members can be better enlightened.
I'll work on it. I'll work on it.
Okay, thank you very much. Then, just like the chairman had posted as a challenge the technical committee on IT audit, I'm sure the technical committee is in capable hands and they will create a platform for our members to learn on that. I am sure also that the vice chairman will take up the challenge of revealing the model of the district investment platform. Though, like the chairman has said, it's not really, it will not be called, what is it called now? What do they register now?
Cooperative.
Yes, but to have our own model of cooperative, which will now be a platform for people to still have the benefit of a cooperative society without necessarily going through the expenses and the rigors of the cooperative society. So it's been an exciting time, I must confess, and it's a learning process. Learning continues, and so it's something that I'm sure a lot of other districts will soon be emulating to add value to their members. Don't forget, we're a model district. We do not follow the crowd. We look at where there is a gap and we fill it. We do our own things differently. The district is a bona fide district in ICAN, duly registered, passed through all the establishment processes, and it is not a one-man show. We have every right, just like every other district, and we will do what is right and what is best for ICAN. Nobody wants to say about us that we will not dissipate energies trying to argue or to convince them otherwise. But for us, it's eyes on the ball, and our reports will continue to show what we're doing here. I want to encourage all our members to stay true to our cause. We are in good hands with the ESCO, and the district has not been built around one man or a group of people. Everybody have the right and the opportunity to get to exhibit his potentials or our potentials as far as the district is concerned. If any one of us has any issue or anything that he doesn't understand or he needs clarification about, please don't fail to get in touch with any of the ESCO members. They are there for you, and whatever information you need will be provided. Once again, I want to congratulate the district on another successful edition of Breakfast with Chairman, and I wish us many more successes as time comes. And let me put it there. Thank you very much, and God bless.
And please, we need that thing, sir. And what? Please, let's stress it. Let's stress it, please, sir. We still have like 20 minutes to go.
No, it's okay. I know a lot of, like I said, I wanted to say that the rebuttal that have been sent out by the district, we are on our lane. We did not have any issue with anybody, and we didn't see why our name should be propped up in any slanderous name-calling publication. So we have reacted, we have placed our case, and when our members are free to share the rebuttal, and if any information comes, if they need any information, they need any clearance, they need anything to clear, please get in touch with the ESCO, and all information we've provided. We have nothing to hide. Like I said, we are just like any other district. The only difference between us is that in less than 2 years, we have grown our membership to 500, which some districts in 20 years have not been able to do. What are we doing right? Why are members coming to IGDS? That's what other people should be asking, and not some people gathering somewhere and be talking about politics and all that stuff. Memberships need value addition. IGDS is providing that, and that's the way to go. So thank you very much, and God bless.
Amen. Thank you so very much, our IPC able counselor and the patron of IGDS. We appreciate you. So on that note, we want to thank everybody for coming, but let me not do the vote of thanks. Permit me to invite, through the chairman, invite Mr. Segun Ishola to do the vote of thanks, and I appreciate our members and other people who have joined us on this second edition of Breakfast with the Chairman. Mr. Segun Ishola, sir, vote of thanks.
Distinguished professional colleagues, it's been a wonderful time these past few minutes, so to say, and I want to thank everybody for the attention. For it's quite a revealing engagement, and I've learned a lot. I mean, I would say for myself that I've learned one thing or the other from this engagement, and I hope that will continue. And other members are not here. I hope they will come and taste and have a taste of what we have benefited today. And my job is really simple. I thank everybody, the chairman for speaking. In the political parlance, you say the speaking speaker has been speaking since, and bring more power to your elbow. And I just pray that the district will work stronger, go higher, and be able to get the district to that enviable height that we have proposed and we have planned to have it. Thank you all, and God bless.
Amen. Thank you so much, Mr. Segun Shola. Once again, in addition, I want to thank the chairman, the IPC, and other members who are also on this platform. Thank you so much. So our next edition of Breakfast with the Chairman comes up in February 2023, February 11th. We have it quarterly, second Saturday. So by the grace of God, God keep us till and beyond then. We'll be having it February 11th, 2023. Let's go all out to speak all those things to our members and potential members. Some of us have friends, we have colleagues who will be inducted in the coming induction in this November, I think the next week or thereabouts. Let's speak to them about IGDS, the value additions, all this technical knowledge we gather that makes us better accountants and that develops our personal career.
People should not go. I see have a comment. So people who have started going, don't go.
Please, let's not exit. Let's not exit, please. The chairman is coming to give us a few things. So I think on that note, let me allow the chairman to come in now and give us what he has for us. Thank you, chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Tosin Akinwumi FCA and Madam Ogunbi Davis FCA for the good job you have done. I want to appreciate the executive for standing by me. I'm a very troublesome leader, and you are still tolerating my idiosyncrasies. I want to say thank you. Members of our district society, thank you for backing us. Like my IPC said the other time about the document posted out, is now in Abuja. People have been commenting. Please don't join issue with anybody. In fact, in court of law, if you don't know anything about something, you are not going to be called to come and say what you know. Just leave everybody with their ignorance. If there is going to be a correction of ignorance, let it come from the executive. And when you see some of us signing things, we don't just sign blindly. It's passed through a lot of processes, a lot of thoughts. And when we sign things, we stand by it. And I want to quickly drop in our mind that in this district society, I, Oyedoku Godwin Emmanuel, is old enough, having done what I've done in my life, to take responsibility for the position I'm holding. I'm not just a chairman, somebody can toss around. So far from it, that somebody is teleguiding or we are doing something to influence or to favor anybody. And I need to also close with the fact that Benga Midiji is our pioneer chairman. 1 million times he will be contesting, we shall support him. Now, take it again. Honorary treasurer of the institute as of today is our member, is our pillar, and he deserves our support anytime, any day. And that should not be misconstrued to be that we are manipulating things. If a member of my family is contesting for president of Nigeria, I cannot love you more than that member of my family. Benga Omidiji, treasurer, Tobi Abiola, they are my people and they are our people. And we've seen how they've mentored us. Supporting them all the time is never a crime. So far, we do not force you to do so. Please, whatever is on ground and his name being mentioned, we are by him, we are supporting him, we are not leaving him in this shenanigans alone. He deserves our support all the time. Please, if you have anything that is bothering your mind concerning all this, you could just talk to some of us so that we can clear your mind, so that when you two want to talk outside, you will be talking from informed mind. Thank you so much for allowing us to lead you. It's difficult to lead people that are very stronger than you. Like IPC said the other time, all those areas that prove inconclusive in our responses, we know our pass mark in it. We will go back to drawing board because we have not destroyed the drawing board. We will come back to you and you have it full house. Thank you so much. We can conveniently close the the gate now. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, my chairman. Thank you, everybody. Once again, if you have not dropped your name, you have not made your attendance, please go to the chat box and put your attendance, your name and membership number there so that you can get the appropriate credit hours for this session. On this note, we want to call
Hold on. Secretary is raising his hand. So sorry.
Yeah, thank you, my chairman. We have 2 announcements. So please be informed that we have received lapel pin from ICAN for financial members. Both ICAN and district financial, you have observed your financial obligation to the district and the ICAN. Your lapel pin is available for collection for both ACA and FCA. So if you cannot wait till our meeting day, you can get in touch with me and you get it in my office at Ikeja. Then the second one is that those that have participated in last annual conference through virtual, we have received your conference materials. We have total of 27 members that have selected Ilukweju as their collection point. So we have received them. Yeah, you can just contact me and get your material if you have selected Ilukweju Bagada. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, the General Secretary, for those announcements. Open members will key into those things and get their material. So on this note, we want to call it a day. Wish you a lovely weekend and good ones with your family. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Let's close now with a ICAN anthem and Nigeria national anthem. I think this is playing.
He didn't do closing prayer. He did opening prayer. Prof.
Don't you now?
Do the closing prayer now. Do the closing
You
prayer.
to pray for us now. Oh, yeah, just pray.
Don't do anthem now.
It will need us.
The treasure in triumph upon the race, standing stronger in harmony, building a Prince of the fountain waters, we are striving to attain all roads and values that we share through all ages we sustain. Institute of Shatana Mountains of Nigeria, no like it, no like it, no accuracy we cherish, we uphold your
Alhaji Ismail Sulaiman, are you there?
My chairman, I'm here, sir.
Okay, just give us a closing prayer, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Let us pray. We thank God for giving us the opportunity of coming together again this morning. We thank Him for all the deliberations. We pray that everything that we have learned today, let it come and be useful to us in our personal lives and in our professional life. We thank Him because we have made today and He made it possible for each and every one of us. We pray that He should come and enrich all the participants in knowledge. إدنا صراط المستقيم آمين سبحان ربك رب العزة يصفون وسلام على المرسلين آمين صلى الله عليه الكريم. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Alhaji. God bless you. Thank you, everybody.
Amen.
I appreciate seeing you. Have a lovely weekend. Right.
Amen.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
You should like this, Prof. Shah. Prof, you must mention Prof.
Prof, I must see Prof now. Prof, open your camera.
Why do you want him to put